We are about to go take the Beantown Betty Duck Tour bus through Boston. Let's go.
How a detective such as myself became a tour guide. Well, that's a long story, say, but I'll give you the short version. Now, the sleuthing business wasn't going so well. It looked like this. 1.5 square miles of land connected to the mainland of Massachusetts only by a narrow strip of land called Boston Neck, which was so narrow in colonial times there was only room for one road leading in and out of Boston. Across the, we actually was able to talk on the phone. That happened in another area of the city. And we had the first functioning network of telephone lines ever in use as well, right here in the city. To the left is the City Hall of Boston. Built in the mid-1960s, Puritans founded the first public grammar school in the United States. The Boston Cream Pie was invented
Oldest
in the kitchen
hotel
of this hotel.
in the Boston
Both
Cream
O.G.
Pie.
and Malcolm X worked at the Omni Parker House at different points throughout the 20th century. So here, the green plaque on the big rock that reads Samuel Adams. There he is. The victims of the Boston massacres headstone there next to it. And so to the left is the Beantown Pub. That's the only place designated land for public use in 1634 by the Puritans. It's been used as such ever since. The Freedom Trail starts here on the Boston Common. Sidewalk underneath it, the oldest stretch of subway train track in Boston. Our subway system opened up underneath the Common in 1897. It's the oldest subway system in America. And over here on the right is a stone gazebo called the Parkman Bandstand. Parkman Bandstand, where Dr. King addressed a crowd of tens of thousands of people on the Boston Common in 1965 when he led a civil rights march here after returning to Boston 10 years after his graduation. Championship parade through the city, these Ducks. We have been the official carrier of all 13 championship teams so far this century, so we're very proud of that fact. Tom Brady, Zdeno Chara, Paul Pierce, David Ortiz, and just to name a few. They've all ridden in our Ducks at some point in the last 24 years. Church of the Covenant, the tallest church steeple in the city. There it is. It's made of a material called Roxbury pudding stone. Just up ahead through the windshield, you can see it. Roxbury pudding stone underneath the Arlington Street Church. Here it is on the left. These windows are made of real Tiffany glass, installed by Louis Comfort Tiffany himself. They were installed there in the 1920s by Tiffany Garden. They say what kind of trees they are and what country they've been donated from. Many of these trees have been donated from countries all over the world. That is a man-made body of water to the left called the Lagoon. Okay, very historic, very expensive. They were built in the first 3 decades of the 1800s. A grand state, a wealthy, prominent class of Bostonians known to history as the Boston Brahmins. Here they are on the left. And there's 56 Beacon Street. That home recently sold for just over $28 million. On top of the gold dome, you'll see there is a gold-covered pine cone, which represents the state of Maine. They give free tours of our Capitol building here from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every weekday. So there it is, the State House on the left. Coming up on the right, we're going to see a beautiful sculpture between the two trees called the Robert Gould Shaw Memorial. It is a tree. And over here on the left, you see a statue of a woman sitting down. She's looking down. This is Mary Dyer. Now, she was hanged here in 1660 by the Puritans because she was a Quaker. She's considered to be a martyr for religious freedom. She stood up for her religious beliefs in the face of it. The barbershop, there it is. JFK lived here in Beacon Hill when he was representing this district in the United States House of Representatives. There's the John Adams Courthouse, speaking of presidents born in Massachusetts. It dates to 1831. The first preacher of that church was a man named Lyman Beecher. His daughter was here. Here's the Leonard P. Zake of Bunker Hill Memorial Bridge. That is the widest cable-stayed bridge in the United States. It's 10 lanes wide. The white cables coming off of the towers of the bridge are designed to look like sails of sailboats. That's as a tribute to Boston's maritime tradition. Back before the American Revolutionary War, the port of Boston was the busiest seaport in all of North America. Water. You're looking for a tall stone vertical monument rising up above the highway. It looks like the Washington Monument, but it is shorter and older. You're going to see it very clearly through this arch here on the right. There it is, the Bunker Hill Monument rising up above the cars on the highway. That's real graffiti from the Cold War, an actual piece of the Berlin Wall. All right, here we go. Larger boats come underneath. And let's whack this stuff down. Excellent quacking, everyone. Puritans called Cambridge Newtown because it was a new town.
Big boats, tons of seats.